My parents told me to sell my house to pay my sister's $150,000 debt. After they had cut me off 5 years ago. Hello. My name is Emily and I live in Chicago, Illinois. I am 26 years old. They didn't ask, they demanded. My mother's voice cracked across the kitchen table, as if the 6 years of silence between us were nothing. My father just nodded like a judge confirming a sentence. My sister sat there pretending to cry, her hands trembling, but her fingernails were freshly painted red and sharp. They wanted me to sell my residence. My residence to erase her $150,000 debt. Like I was their personal bank, I refused calmly and directly. That's when the mask slipped. 6 years earlier, they had cut me out. I wasn't the golden child. I wasn't the one they paraded at events, the one they poured all their affection into. That was always her, my sister. The prodigy my parents invested everything in her and treated me like background noise. When I left to build my own life, they made it clear I was done. No calls, no support, no can. I persevered anyway. Worked, saved, built. I bought this residence with my own 2 hands and my money, brick by brick, paycheck by paycheck. So when they reappeared, suddenly remembering I existed, I knew exactly what they wanted. Not me. Not my life, but my home. At first, I thought no would be enough. But a few days later, I returned, to find destruction. The front door was splintered. The furniture was ripped apart. The photographs were shredded. They left nothing untouched. My sanctuary was violated by the very people who told me I was nothing. The rage should have shattered me. Instead, it made me stronger, because what they didn't know was what this house truly was. This wasn't just a residence, it was protected. Every wall was wired, every room was monitored, hidden cameras, silent alarms, backup feeds, cloud stored, off-site. I had constructed it that way after they had abandoned me. Paranoid maybe, but safe. So when they broke in, every movement was recorded, every smashed plate, every cruel word they uttered about me, every laugh. They thought they were untouchable. But I had the truth time-stamped, and undeniable. I didn't confront them immediately. That's what they expected, rage tears begging instead. I documented everything quietly. I met with my attorney. I handed over the footage. We drafted restraining orders and pressed charges for property damage and trespassing, but I didn't stop there. I knew their weak points. My father's reputation as a respected businessman. My mother's charity events all about image. My sister's upcoming marriage to a man who thought he was getting a perfect family. I sent copies of the footage to the groom, to the charity board, and to business partners. No words. Just the truth. I didn't need to explain. The videos spoke louder than I ever could. The fallout was swift. My father's partners pulled away. My mother was dropped from her committee chair pending review. My sister's fiancé, John, walked out. The engagement ring was left on the counter after he watched her kick down my front door in heels. They tried to spin it. Of course it's a misunderstanding. A family squabble, she's exaggerating. But the footage rolled on screens in private rooms, and the truth spread faster than their falsehoods. When they came back this time, it wasn't to demand. It was to beg. 3 hollow figures on my porch, their voices cracking, their pride gone. My mother's lipstick was smudged, my father's tie was loose, my sister's eyes were swollen from crying. I let them stand there. I opened the front door just enough to watch them squirm. "Please," my sister whispered. We didn't mean it. But they did. They always did. And I wanted them to feel what I had felt for years. Shut out, unwanted, invisible. So I locked the door slowly and loudly and left them outside. Do I have any regrets? No. They wanted to strip me bare, take everything I built, and call it family. But family isn't destruction. Family isn't entitlement. Family doesn't cut you off, then claw their way back only when debt collectors close in. They thought they broke my house, but this house wasn't wood and bricks. It was proof of me, my strength, my independence, and now it's their prison, because every time they drive past, every time someone whispers about what they did, they'll see it standing, here whole and untouchable. They destroyed everything inside that day, but they didn't. Know this residence was already a weapon. What lesson did you learn from this story? Please let me know in the comments.